Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Broston County, where, yeah, detailing is missing. You can see it all over the city. You can see it here at the mall. Extended Manager's Library is no longer being supported, and with it propping the Tree Anarchy mod that I was using, so I went ahead and switched to the replacements for it, and I followed the instructions. I used the Extended Manager Library remover, and you load the game after you unsub from Extended Manager's Library and add the remover. And a lot of the detailing is missing. What's really weird is like some of it's here. Like, I had planted some trees and I did bushes in a nice neat row and all that good stuff, but some of it's not here. So it's hit or miss. So that means there'll probably be another detailing stream for Broston County. All of my detailing over here is just kaput. Like, we have two bushes and some latanas. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, it's looking pretty rough, but that just means we get to do another detailing stream. I am gonna start things off. Kiltastic, aka Destin, wants to do a hotel over here. A hotel. He wants to do the hotels in Broston County, and that's fine. I will gladly let him handle that. But what I'm going to do is see if I can't get it started for him. See if one of these hotels is going to be happy here, and that one looks like it might be happy. This one wants a lot of sightseeing stuff, which I think these and those over there will satisfy that. It also wants some shopping. There is shopping nearby. There's not any offices over here, and there's not any nature over here, so I don't know exactly how well this little dude will do right here. Yeah, that's tiny. 83%, so we could probably bump this up. We're 13 out of 15 on businesses. Just like, guess commercial counts. Maybe it's the bank. Who knows? And of course, no nature. But 83% rating, we could probably bump this up just a little bit higher. I don't like this whole mechanic of popularity and profits. I mean, to get the top end stuff unlocked that you're going to plan events, you have to have 40,000 a week in profits, which means you have to spam a ridiculous number of these hotels. I'm not all that thrilled by it. And you would think, well, just put down, more of the same. I don't think you can really get away with that. I mean, we could try and see if they all get the same popularity rating. So, speed things up. 82, 82, 82, 85. So, I don't know, maybe if we crank all these up to about 75% here, maybe that'll get some money pouring in. I don't know. That one's getting close to full. That's not too bad. That one's climbing up as well. Okay, so I guess we are getting some profit and should get to level 2 fairly soon. We'll check back in on that if I remember. What I really want to do is come over to here and think about a fish factory. Because it's a new thing. I don't know if that's exactly what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it for now. So I'm going to go ahead and just connect that road there. Not exactly the most ideal location. Also, these can hold fish now. Which ones are the emptiest? Not really an empty one here. We're going to switch one of them anyway. There we go. And it will empty out those commercial goods. We need a warehouse over here for plastics. I know that because I've taken a look at the mod already. Didn't realize I had Anarchy on. So we need a medium warehouse. Doesn't fit, so we'll just do one of these guys instead. We will get some plastics coming over here. And then we are going to throw down, we're going to go here into unique factories. Yeah, there it is. The seafood factory requires plastics and fish, which we have ample amounts of both. Can you give that a little bit of separation there? And then I want to just bring in one more warehouse for what these guys, it says luxury goods instead of the unique factory products, but that's what they're producing. And eventually they'll get plastic into here. Obviously we'll get fish into here, no problem. And that will get going. It's a nice looking asset. it fits with the new industry buildings, I think, really, really well. But it's also a nice way to cap off our fishing industry over here by having that in. I don't know if we're going to be producing enough fish for all of these as well. I don't know. I need to update my spreadsheet to include fish-related stuff. But there we go. We've got plastics. That thing's making $5,000. Of course, City's losing money like crazy. But whatever. The next thing I want to do is come over here and get rid of all the zoned industry. All of it. We're going to put it back. This is going to hurt employment figures in the city for a while. But I want to dezone it and get it all to go away, because we're going to replace it with something else. I've also decided I don't want this stuff down here on the side roads. I don't mind it being on the inside, but I don't like that it's blocking the view of the water. So we're going to remove all of this, and then we're going to replace the industry that's here with offices and commercial. Just calling a big old mulligan on that. So in here, since we already have commercial, let's go with a little bit more, but let's be more or thoughtful about it than that. Let's actually use our space properly. There we go. And then here we can go back like that, and here we can do the same. I'm thinking this is an industry. Yep. And then let's get some offices in down toward this end. I think that'll be a good thing. And then that'll be industry. So let's do just a couple more offices right there. Cool. So we need a district over here. Otherwise, this won't work. And we're going to start with the district, but we're going to start zoning in just a few squares at a time. Simply because I have kind of a vision, I guess, for this area. I don't want them all to upgrade into the most modern of the options that we have available. I want there to be a mixture here. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. But it's all one building theme with the Industrial Revolutions, whatever it's called, Content Creator Pack. And because of that, they start off with the older style buildings, and then they upgrade into like kind of a modern, what you would most likely see, and then one that's really ultra modern. And I like them. I like all three, but I don't want, because this area will eventually upgrade to level 3 industries, and I don't want just the ultra modern stuff. We are going to throw down a bit more commercial. We don't need these separating fences down here any longer. We still need them along the back. There will be industry back there, but up here we don't need it. Looks like something's trying to zone in down there. So we're just going to get rid of these fences. I'll leave that one. We'll do a row of office here, and then we will do commercial here, and yeah, you go away. And we will do commercial right there. And I kind of actually just want to taper that back. There we go. Cool. So we get started in this wonderful adventure by coming in and zoning. We should have a pretty quick demand for industry popping up, or not. Oh wait, I didn't imply the theme. I'm a genius. So we have to go into styles, and for me, I've named them so I can find them. But Kiltastic Destin, I don't think has his named, and even if he did, we would have to have I'd have to upload it to the Steam Workshop. I believe it's this one. So if we come into our theme manager, yeah, it's Modder Pack 20 built-in. I don't know what the rest of that is. So we also want to make sure that we have that selected. Doesn't matter which of the two I use, but I'm going to do both just so I can remember. So those buildings that have come in should now start to vanish to help them. We're going to do that. And now, as we get industrial demand, they should spawn in those really cool brick buildings. Let's, can't get that there. Let's go here. Nope, won't let me. Let's at least go there and divide that up. So yeah, this should be that really old style brick with the cool smokestacks. What are you? You're commercial. Cool. And indeed, it is that really cool style with brick smokestacks. It's really dark on this side. I need to bump up my shadows. So yeah, that's what we're going for. And then I'm thinking we'll do that kind of back here in this corner, and then a little bit of the in-between, and then the more modern kind of over that direction. Or, you know what, now that I think about it, because I'm going to do the brownstones from the Brooklyn Content Creator Pack over here, maybe it would be better to move that back here, and then have the brick buildings there. That's probably the way to go. So let's do that. We'll just let those do whatever they're going to do. They will become fully upgraded, and that's fine. Let's get some of our brick friends in right here, and maybe a little bit more, just a few, just to have the theme continued throughout. And then while those are working, there we go, never mind. I'm going to get all of these that grow in marked to historical, and then we'll pick up from there and see what we're looking at. So we're not getting a huge amount of industrial demand, so what I'm going to do is pause. We are getting those guys upgrading, though, and that's nice. I'm going to pause for just a moment. And I'm going to come in here and lay out a new little neighborhood. And the reason I'm pausing this is I didn't want any industrial buildings to build in that or to upgrade that are the wrong style before I actually had a chance to mark them for not upgrading. And I think it's 21. We're going to double check that. So we will go into the district style and we'll look at 21. And yeah, there we go. Cool. So that is what we want in through there. And then I want to clean up this district. I don't want it on this collector right here. I am going to try to maybe get some retail back here. I'm not 100% certain what that's going to look like just yet. If we back that off just a little bit, we'll be able to get stuff in that we want. I am going to come in with the new zoning tool here. And the thing about this is, you never really know. So if I upgrade that, yeah, okay, so it's going to upgrade to the wrong road. I still can't tell what side that's zoning on. Okay, so it's zoning on the wrong side. There we go. Wait, so cool. That was right. I want my zoning on this side, not that side. There we go. But here, I want it back on both sides. How do I get back to that? There we go. Just make sure these are all corrected. So cool. That should mean if I build something right here, it's not going to be zoned, but I want. It's not letting me change this one. So we do no zoning there. That's not what I want. I want zoning on that side. There we go. Now that should all be. You know, I may as well do that down through here as well. Why do this is a weird mod because it's not really intuitive. And see, now it's not letting me do anything. It'll let me do no zoning on this. But again, not really what I want. I want it on this side, not that side. So not that one. There we go. Yeah, that way we get some larger buildings through there. And then I want to grab this one and see about doing the same. can't upgrade like that. I can't upgrade like that. Oh, come on. So let me take zoning off of it entirely, and that'll work. I don't need anything zoned off that road. Cool. So then we're just gonna get some water pipes in here under the roads. You know the saying. There, and that gets that whole thing covered. And this is all just gonna be residential. Oops, that's gonna be a problem. 100% residential right here. So I can safely go there because we know it's going to zone on that road, not this one, because of the way we played with the very, very confusing built-in zoning adjuster. Definitely not the most straightforward tool. I mean, I appreciate that Paradox wants to bring that functionality to the base game. I think it's awesome. Especially because it means people on consoles will now be able to control their zoning a little bit better without using a bunch of fences and things. But its execution is leaving a little bit to be desired. That over there, so it's nice and connected. And I think I'm going to try to squeeze in the path. Let's go to just grid. There we go. Get a little path in there, get a little path in there, and then we'll do the same thing right here and just then get through. Our school situation should be fine. I mean, there's not a lot of coverage out here, but well, maybe I do go ahead and build a school. None of these match, though, is the problem. Like, they all look really out of place. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. We'll build a school, whatever we wind up building over here. So we can unpause it. I think that's going to help our industrial need pop up. So we're going to watch this side and just let it build with the new content creator Brooklyn pack. It's Brooklyn and something else. And then we're also going to keep an eye over here. We have gotten some of the really, really cool level 3 buildings already, and I think we've got some level 2s in here. Nope, I guess not. But very, very designed buildings. Very nice for like modern industry. I like them a lot. But we want to keep an eye on all of this over here, and I'm pretty certain nothing is built in, but I'm just going to double check by seeing if everything is marked historical. And it is cool. So hopefully by getting some more folks in over here, we'll be in better shape. So I'm just going to keep an eye here and watch this grow as well, and hopefully get both areas nice and filled out. And the last one is finally growing in. I didn't have to, but I wanted to extend this over just a little bit, just so there wasn't a perfect straight line dividing them. I know there's still a little bit, of a straight line there, but I like it a little bit. I also had to extend the district out just a little bit because we were getting some houses here on the edge that were not the right theme, but I am absolutely loving this. Everything's right up on the street, but we have the nice wide sidewalk, so it doesn't feel, even though, it's just a wall of brick on either side, there's the nice wide sidewalks to make things feel a little bit nicer, I think. In my opinion, anyway, I think it looks good. I mean, look at that. I dig it. I really do dig it. I like the look of it a lot. I think it really brings that New England City brownstone vibe quite well. You've got some gardens out by the street, not always. Some nice little bay windows and some of the ground floors. Balconies for a lot of them. I think it just looks fantastic, and that will continue to fill in. What I'm going to do next is continue with my industrial plan here, and that is going to involve, I'm going to pause for a moment, all of this and all of this, and I'm going to try to get these to kind of that mid-level, maybe just like a few here again, just to keep it from not feeling like we just followed one big line. There we go. And that's kind of an irregular shape. And then the final bit, we'll fill in all those. I did get rid of the stuff that was over here just because I wanted to make sure all of our demand was going to where I needed it to go. So I'm going to have to do the same thing here, but I'm going to have to let them upgrade once before I mark them historical. So yeah, that's going to be fun. However, we're not going to speed up the footage for that. I'll just cut to an edit. point, and we will bring those in when it's all done upgrading. And it's come along quite nicely. I did make a couple changes. I added a couple more buildings here. I moved all the parking lots over to there. There was just a big dead empty space, and I didn't want to zone anything right there. So I put the parking lots there, added a little walkway, and then added 2 more historical here. I did add just a mix of things here. So we've got level 1, 2, and 3 in this area, but it's predominantly level 2. The only thing that is ever going to be an issue is if we ever get anybody that's complaining about not enough raw goods or not enough workers and they go abandoned, I'll have to reset them, which will be awesome. So we're going to zone in the rest of this, and just the first couple that appear, like we'll do one historical, like an old style building. We'll do another one back here and like another one right here. We'll do just a couple of the historical factories, just old, legacy, original to the city, even though this is, not original to the city. We've moved industry several times. It was way over there, but we're going to pretend. And then I'll also stop some of these at level 2. But for the most part, we're going to do level 3 on all of these. So this will be the significantly more modern. It's over here by the offices. You think that'd be like different floors would be occupied by the different industries that have factories out here. And that's kind of what we're going to go with for this area. So once again, going to get this in and get things, a few marked historical, and then we will move on. There's a nice level 2 for historical. And we will move on in just a moment. And that didn't take but a minute. Suddenly industry is zoning in way faster. I guess over here because there's closer access to the cargo harbor. There's probably also better services over here. If I had to wager a guess, that's what's going on with that. So that's awesome. I'm really happy now. I know that I have redone industry multiple times in Broston County. I think I called it Pine Pass earlier. But we've redone industry several times in Broston County. But this is closer to the vision that I had. I like that these buildings have props and things already in them. That means I don't have to come through and do it. So that's always a plus. I can maybe move the fences a little closer, but I think I'm okay with the green space in between there. Not every factory, and even modern manufacturing plants take up their entire lot. They have room for expansion, room for storage, and all of that good stuff. And I think that this reflects that well. And then we've, of course, got our mix of office and commercial throughout. And it's just, there's no residential in this whole area. I dig it. This area is coming along nicely. I did expand the bus route to go ahead and come down here as well. I also had to add in some schools. We were just over our capacity, and even now we're still pretty close. We're good on high school. I mean, we've got 2,400 capacity, but it's still not a huge amount. So that should help us for this area and when we zone in here, which I'm thinking we might go ahead and do. So we've got Heart of Korea here. We've got some of the eco buildings here. What other themes do we have for residential other than low density stuff? I'm not sure. I think I want to investigate that. I'm going to do that real quick. Yeah, there's Art Deco that has some medium rise buildings, but there's only 6 of them. So we're not going to do that. But I think what we are going to do is, we've got kind of a wall-to-wall theme pretty much going in a lot of these buildings. Not all of them have built in right against each other, and that's okay. There's like room for little alleyways out back and things like that. But what I think I'd like to do is maybe do just this as wall-to-wall. Just this one little area with the modern, and that'll match the schools that we have here quite nicely as well. I think I want to turn this school, though, because if we don't, we'll be blocking off that view. I'm going to leave it as this. So we're going to come in here, and we're going to bring wall-to-wall in right here. Just this little area. Like so. And then I want to check my zoning again. So I want to make sure we zone on here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to eliminate all the zoning along that entirely. I don't think we're going to put anything on it. So I know I went through all that trouble to try to get it on one side earlier, but I don't want any zoning at all on it. So we're gonna fix that and make sure all the zoning is focused into the neighborhoods. Whoops. So wait, those buildings were focused on that street. They weren't supposed to be. Well, that's a good thing we did that because now we know. I think I'll even do a bit of wall-to-wall right here with some commercial. It might get a little loud, though, being that close to residential. We'll zone it commercial and see what we get. Is it low density or high density for wall-to-wall? I can't remember. You're going to need to select that, though, like that. I don't think that's going to impact the commercial buildings out there. I think they're far enough away from the zone. I could totally be wrong about that. Pretty sure it's low density, yeah? We're going to leave a little bit of space right there. And then here, going to do the same, just a little bit of space, room for a pathway through there. Nice pedestrian path, and then we're going to do a nice pedestrian path through there as well. And I think I would like to do a bit more toward parks here. Let's bump this over here. And then let's once again explore and see if we can get one of these. Ooh, we can. Yeah, let's get a nice big park in here. Can we get this one? I think this one's a lot bigger. Okay, anarchy on. So this one does fit. Yeah, it does. So let's get that in there like that. Yeah, that looks really good. Cool. And did we get wall to wall out here? We did not. Good. That is what I was going for. And then we might, I don't know, should I bring wall to wall around the corners? And then just have this last bit something different? Or do we just do wall to wall with all of it and do some commercial back here? I'm torn. Can you tell? I am very much torn. Yeah, I think I want this commercial to be wall-to-wall as well. Would help if I grab the right tool here. So let's go ahead and expand this out and include this area and get this to be commercial wall-to-wall. I don't know if I needed to do that, and I am going to bring it down around the corner here. Just to there, and then we'll... You know what? Screw it. Let's just make the whole area wall-to-wall. Let's do it. Let's just go big or go home type situation here. We'll just do the whole thing. We'll put some offices in back here. Whoops, I accidentally created the new district. Did not intend to do that. Let's just roughly run back there and then up this side. So this is all included as well. That should do it. And then need to go back in there. And we want to add that. And we want to add that. Cool. So back here, we will do some commercial. I don't know if we have buildings that are just 3-bys. We're going to find out. And then how's our industry doing? I don't want to add too much office if we're going to wind up cannibalizing our industry. I think I'm going to add a little more parking right there. That in right there. I'm probably going to leave that side unzoned. Yeah, let's add some more parking right here. Can I get the larger lot in? Maybe? Nope, a little too big. So what does it look like if we just go like that? That's kind of perfect. It's a lot of parking, but we've got the high school right there. We've got a little bit of parking for them. Sadly, it didn't fit anymore there, but we can just throw some trees down in that area. Good grief, look at traffic. I really hope this is just people moving in. I really hope it's just people moving in. Otherwise, I'm going to be sad. So we've got some weird things happening, but I'm all right with it being zoned off the different streets and creating weird different squares here and there. I can kind of dig it. I don't think this is going to be too much wall-to-wall. I think we'll be all right. I think it should be fine. Let's get some residential in there and some right here as well. I just really don't want to go too close to these railroad tracks with residential. Maybe here. Yeah, and then we'll do like a little pocket of commercial. I don't know if we have commercial that small or not. We're going to find out as the game lags like crazy and then shows me the sky. That was fun. Not really, but we're going to pretend. So healthcare in the area is fine. You know what we haven't done in a while, though? We've got one there. That covers most of the area. And same here. It covers most of it. Well, half of it. Half of it's most of it in my estimation. So cool. We've got schools. We've got all of our services covered. We should be okay. And it looks like employment has settled down over there. And we've got all of our jobs in. I don't get why this isn't developing. Yeah, I really don't understand that. I do want to take a look at noise real quick. Does the wall-to-wall commercial... Ooh, that is a lot of noise. A lot of noise. Ouch. Okay. If that's going to be what we have, then we've got to change this. Because we can't have that. You know, I think I'm going to take zoning off of this road as well. Let's grab that and upgrade that so there's no zoning so that we get a little bit more in the neighborhood itself. So I want to get rid of all that. Reintroduce this as offices right here. Cut that short. And then same down here. Which means we don't want this commercial here. That's going to just create way too much noise. And then down here, we want to back this off and bring offices in across like that. Let's get that to match up because that'll drive me nuts. And then swoop that over to here. And then check our noise one more time on this side. I think we'll be all right to do residential right here. For the most part anyway. We'll do like that bit. And then we'll continue it out with offices. So I want to check real quick. This area is slowly upgrading. Probably gonna be education. Yeah. Any of it land value? No. Oh, cool. Land value should be, yeah, really high over here, and it is. Man, just traffic everywhere all of a sudden. Traffic was flowing fine at the beginning of the video. Like, we had no problems. I'm really hoping that this is just people moving in. It looks like... Well, maybe not. There are a lot of trucks in there. But yeah, for the most part, these are just residents. I think we've just got a situation of people moving in. So as it rains, we're going to... Oh, gosh, we got somebody over there complaining about not enough workers. Please hire, like, 4 more workers real quick. So that you don't go abandoned. Well, you're not historical, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, we're just going to watch as this neighborhood upgrades and as my frame rate just suddenly tanks because of the rain. And as this area fills in, and we'll see how we like the wall-to-wall. And then we will wrap it up after we check on the hotels. So yep, it's still pouring down rain, but we've added close to 8,000 people. This area, of course, will go through a lot of upgrades and will eventually get up to level 5 buildings, and we'll just let that kind of happen. All of the industry has upgraded. Even though they look like level 1 buildings, they are indeed level 3, have 24 workers in them. And we're looking pretty good. Let's take a look at our unemployment. A little high at 6%, but I can live. So let's go check these hotels and see. We haven't done much with them. Just see what has happened while we were waiting. We got up to level 2. They're all at 42 out of 50 because they're all at the same popularity. What I'm wondering is there another one of the hotels that we now have available that will do equally well here? Yeah, like that one would do fine over there, but that's a terrible place for a hotel. What did we put down? This is the Town Hostel, is what we have currently. So that's this one. Old Inn would do well here. So maybe we could drop down some of the old inns. The roadside motel, not so much. I was kind of wanting to maybe get one of those in somewhere. Was it budget hotels? No, it was the hostel. Yeah. I'm just going to go back in with that line. And you know what? We're going to... Again, this is to really just try to get this place making money. They're all at 75, 71%, huh? Well, a couple of them are 80. So that one, and that one, and that one. So the ones on the back side, not as good. Kind of makes sense. They're looking at a parking lot, so that's fine. We'll get rid of those. And then maybe we can throw in a park or two here. That's going to be too big. I already knew it was going to be too big, but I wanted to try it anyway. There's these guys. What are these? The tiny parks again. Tiny playgrounds. I mean, this just faces a... Oh, that's huge. It just faces back to a parking lot. So we're going to put that in there, and then we're going to come in with a tiny park here. And then what are our variations? Just some... Oh, like a neighborhood garden. I like that. A little pond. Let's do the little pond. I like the little pond. And immediately one of them's on fire. That's probably not going to help us rating any. But once it comes up, it'll be about 80%. So we're gonna adjust those. We know that's where it will be if it doesn't burn down. And it shouldn't burn down. The fire department just showed up. And I think that's about 80%. So we're making about $4,000. Maybe we can get that a little bit higher. I don't know if we'll have to play with it, or Dustin will have to play it. Somebody will have to mess with it. I may try to get it upgraded a little more during the detailing stream that's going to have to happen again. And we've got a few hotels lined up. I wish we could get them all side by side. I could have moved it, but then we'd have some weird overlapping things happening back here. So I think I'm just going to be okay with that being as is. I am really surprised that let me connect that. I'm happy that it did, though. So cool. I think we're looking pretty good. We do have a few cemeteries that need emptying, and we will get those on their way. I saw one up here as well. Somewhere. There it is. Cool. Get those emptying, and then we'll come back down over here and take a look and see. Yeah, traffic's clearing back up. It was just people moving in. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this whole area. I think it looks good. We've got some nice colorful wall-to-wall things over here, some brick, and we'll fill in some trees to shield from the railroad. Maybe put a fence in to protect as well. And then I think the industry, aside from the fact we've got some of them complaining about not enough goods, I think the mixture of the different building types looks pretty fantastic. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.